Welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to talk about your bike sucks. Let's go for a ride. So it might be because I'm a newbie driver or rider. Sorry, see, I still call it driving. Sometimes. I'm getting better at it. But anyways, maybe it's because I'm a new rider. So when it comes to motorcycles, I love them. I like all kinds. There's motorcycles that people talk about being horrible motorcycles, but man, if you're out riding, you're out riding. I love it. To me, I want to try all different kinds of bikes. I haven't yet, and I'll get into that in a little bit, but I do want to try all different types of bikes. The reason why I went with Harley was because I've always wanted a Harley. I like the look of Harleys, I like the sound of Harleys. When it comes to drivability and how well they perform and all that was really not on my radar. I didn't care less. I wanted a motorcycle, and I wanted a Harley motorcycle. That's all. Does this bike handle well? Does it corner well? I have no idea, because it's pretty much the only bike I've ever ridden. So for me, it rides exactly how I want it to ride, because I don't know anything better. And watching a lot of the big YouTubers, this bike handles like shit. For me, it handles exactly how I want it to handle. But anyways, I wanted to come on here and talk about people hating on other people's bikes. Me personally, if you ever hear me talk bad about someone's bike, I'm just bleeping around, because I like to joke. I love sarcasm, and for a lack of better terminology, I like busting balls. I love fucking with people. I mean, bleeping with people. I like having fun, right? I like joking around. So if I ever say anything mean about someone's bike, I'm just joking around. I could care less. Ride what you like, right? Like what you like really. I know there's a whole bike community that loves Harley-Davidson, and there's a whole bike community that hates Harley-Davidson, and there's a whole bike community that's indifferent either way. And I'm on the side of, I love Harley-Davidson. I mean, there's a lot of things to not like about Harley-Davidson, but for me, all in all, I love Harley-Davidson. There's no bikes that I can say I don't care for. I mean, all of them. I mean, there's bikes I don't like the looks of, I guess is one thing. The new Lowrider ST, that fairing, I don't like it. It doesn't mean I don't like Harley, doesn't mean I don't like the bike. I just don't like the look of that bike, right? If you guys like the look of that bike, great. All the power to you. It doesn't mean I wouldn't buy one, I wouldn't ride one, I wouldn't anything, right? I'd bust your balls about it looking ugly, but other than that, hey, you do you. So I just wanted to come on and talk about why people hate on other people's bikes. Or are they really hating on them, or they're just like me, breaking people's balls? So now back to me wanting to try other bikes. I've had suggestions of, hey, why don't you do bike reviews? I would love to do bike reviews. But if you watched any of my other videos, I only have my M2 license. And unfortunately, you can't do a lot of things when it comes to renting bikes, test rides. Companies just won't let you do it with an M2. Now, there are some companies that will let you test ride, sorry, not test ride, rent bikes with an M2, but they're going to be your smaller bikes, your smaller displacement, like your Ninja 400. It's like that type of bike. Anything higher than that, you have to have a full M license, which I'm not opposed to trying out those smaller bikes, because I want to try it. I think if I'm going to try out a sport bike, I do want to start with a small one, right? Just to make sure. So to go back to another reason why I wanted a Harley is because those sport bikes are meant to go fast. So me being the pea brain that I am, I would get onto one of those things and I would see how fast I can go, and I'd hit 120, do a speed wobble, and I'd be in the ditch and I would never ride a bike again. So that's part of the reason why I wanted a Harley as well. But anyways, this guy looks like a cop here. He's just a bike rider though. So I do want to start off a sport bike on a smaller bike, because like I said, I don't want to kill myself on it. But the reason I haven't gone in and tried out other bikes right now is my license does prohibit me from doing that. They do have some Harley test rides. Harley Canada is doing their bike tours where you can test out new models coming soon to my area. So I am going to look into doing those, so I can go out and test ride some of those. I don't know if I can test ride some of those bikes, because I have found a Harley dealership that does rent Harleys, and they do allow M2 riders to rent their bikes, but I don't know if it's all of their bikes. It might be a certain level, which for Harley it's kind of hard, because the other companies that rent out bikes that I've found, it's usually like 600's the cutoff. Yeah, for 600 and above, you need a full license. Under, you don't. You can have an M2. So I need to contact the dealerships that are going to be doing those test rides to find out if I can actually go and do some of those test rides, because I would like to try out. I really do want to try. To me, I don't want a bagger. Not yet. We don't plan to do any long travels, and even if we do, I think this guy will be okay to do it. Maybe a couple other modifications before that, but I think I'm fine with doing it with this. So is my wife. We did a 2-hour ride yesterday actually, and she was fine. We both were fine with it. It was a really nice ride. A little windy, but it was a nice ride. But I do want to try out that new Revolution Max motor, so I am kind of interested to do. Hey, what's up, dude? I'm really interested in trying the Pan Am or one of the Sportsters. I do want to really try the Nightster, but the Sportster S I would settle for that one, because fingers crossed, I've talked my wife into getting her bike license, so we might be able to get another bike, but it won't be until next year. I've convinced her that letting our daughter, who turns 16 next year, I've talked her into doing it together with her. It might be a good mother-daughter thing to do. Get their M1 and doing a motorcycle course to get their M2 license. It might be a good mother-daughter thing for them to do. So my wife's all for it. She says she doesn't want to get a bike until she retires, but I'll work on that next year. But anyways, so she's even started talking about, oh, is that the kind of bike you want me to get? And no, I'm not going to be swaying her into whatever she wants. I do want to, I want her to look at the Sportsters and everything, but I do want to take her to, we have a couple of dealerships here that's close to us that specializes in all brands. They sell all types of used bikes, and they I think they sell Aprilia, Yamaha, and Suzuki. I think they actually have those ones new. There might be another one in there too. They might do BMW too. I don't know. They do sell those, so I do want her to go and set on, because at the end of the day, I want her to be comfortable on it. If you know, ideally she would start off with the smallest bike ever and just get comfortable with riding around. But she has to be comfortable, so maybe I'll take her to one of those. And then there's also another dealership that's close to one of the Harley dealerships that are not close, hour drive away, and they actually sell they sell used bikes, but they also sell brand new Indians, KTMs, Triumphs, and I think Ducatis, which everyone who talks about the Desmo valves or whatever, I don't want anything to do with Ducati, only because of that. But it would be nice for her to just check out what bike she likes, and I mean, ultimately she has to feel comfortable on it, but my wife's like me, it might come down to looks over function. Because I love the look of this bike, I like the sound of the bike, and like a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people think it handles like crap, but I mean, it's a motorcycle, it still handles pretty damn good, you know? It might handle crap compared to other bikes, but for the type of riding I do, it handles perfect for me. And it's kind of funny because as you can see, I don't have the fairing on. The fairing adds maybe like 2 pounds. I should weigh it to find out actually how much it weighs, but I'm sure it's probably less than 5 pounds. But having it off, I feel like I can go through corners and everything better. I know it's all mental, and a lot of motorcycling is mental, I think, when it comes to riding. Realizing your bike can do more than what you think it can do, or it feels like you could do. Because I know a lot of times I go into corners and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if it's going to take it. Next thing I know, I'm scraping peg, and the bike has no problem doing it, but the peg scrapes, so I'm like, whoop, and I'm going back up. So again, it doesn't handle well for a motorcycle, but it handles well, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to title this one, and because I've veered off in many different directions. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. You can see I'm squidding again today. It's Father's Day today, so I was supposed to go out for a ride with my daughter. We're going to go out later, but we're going to go for lunch, and I want to get out and do a quick ride just because it's nice out, and it's a little windy again today, but it's not nearly as windy as it was yesterday, so I just wanted to get out and do a quick ride, just some wind therapy, you know. But yeah, that's it. Again, more rambly than anything with this video, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about how people hate on other people's bikes. So if you ever hear me hating on someone's bike, or for anyone that I follow that happens to watch this, if I say anything negative about your bike, just know it's out of love, and I'm just probably breaking balls, and I'll put a haha after. I have nothing against anyone's bikes. Everyone I follow, I like their bikes. I follow people that ride sport bikes. I follow people that Harley. I mean, I would say probably 50% of the people I follow ride Harleys, but I think it's because of the algorithm. I follow guys that ride, like I said, sport bikes. I'm watching Brandon, I forget his last name, Picasso, who's redoing an Indian Chief. I think it's fantastic. I love watching. I love him tinkering on his bike. I think it's great. I follow guys that ride Triumphs. I follow the big YouTubers too. Obviously Blockhead, who does all his Harley stuff, but he does everything as well. And I follow Yami Noob, who hates Harley, right? So I like all the content they do as well. I follow everyone. follow guys from all over the world as well. I don't know, I just fell in love with motorcycling over a year ago, and I'm really diving into it, I guess, is all I'm saying. But anyway, sorry for the rambling MotoVlog, but that's one thing I found out about motorcycling. It's fun to come out for a ride, and sometimes I don't feel like I want to go out for a ride because it seems like a hassle sometimes, you know. You got to get suited up and put your boots on. I know, shut up. But anyways, sometimes I throw it on the camera, onto the helmet. Makes me want to go out. And it's funny, I've probably filmed 20 rides, and I have no intention of ever publishing them. Some of them I've just come out and I've just done a ride. I haven't even said anything, and I'm just filming it for the sake of filming it. I don't know why. Other times I've come out and I've done random talks like this that that had no, like, insert clip of Billy Madison where nothing you said was remotely close to a rational thought. I've had those ones too, and I'll never ever publish them. I probably deleted them, and but it gets me out on the bike, and it's a nice mental break from the leisure life that I actually live. And maybe one of my MotoVlogs will be about what I do for a living, or what I don't do for a living. But yeah, anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for listening to my random ass talks. Anyways, have a good one. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Catch you in the next one.